I realized that if we were taken prisoner, that we'd be stuck in a prison camp for the duration of the war. I thought that I would rather go out and hide in the jungle than to be taken prisoner. Commander Jupp was the aide to the governor. Commander, I said, what are we supposed to do? Well, he says, there isn't much you can do. He said, have you got a gun? I said, no. I said, where can I get one? He said, oh, he said, there aren't any more guns. I said, what are we supposed to do then? He said, well, he said, you can take your choice. He said, you can either head for the jungles or stay here and surrender with us. He said, we're going to have to surrender in a few minutes. And I said, well, thank you. I said, I'll take the jungle. He said, okay, fine, go ahead, good luck.
I grew up hearing him talk about Oregon as God's country. He was proud of our state. He did what he felt he had to do in a hard time and did the best he could. It's hard to fault somebody for wanting to live. He was born in Portland in 1902, and they moved to Southern Oregon, and where my grandparents homesteaded outside of Grants Pass. And he was there for a number of years until he joined the military, joined the Navy.
The Navy Department announces that it is unable to communicate with Guam.
Guam was attacked the same day Pearl Harbor was attacked. When the gunfire started, my dad and 5 other men actually found his car and drove it into the jungle under gunfire, going up this hill into the jungle until they couldn't go any further. And then they jumped out and ran. He was there for 2 years and 7 months. Unfortunately, within the next 6 months, the other 5 men had been caught and killed. So he was alone about the last 2 years, hiding. The Chamorro people of Guam helped him immensely, and he moved from place to place. The Japanese knew he was there, and finally there was a reward on his head because they wanted him, because he was the one that fixed the radios that he had smashed. He knew it was a matter of time that he was going to be caught, until he met Antonio Artero, who offered him a hiding place on his property. He had 8 children and a wife, and had they been caught, the whole family would have been killed. Antonio would come once a week and climb the cliff and give him food. The sacrifice the Chamorros made was their food, and everyone was hungry. So for Antonio Artero to carry food to my dad once a week, it was literally out of the mouths of his family.
Suddenly, we notice strange light flashes from the peak of a nearby hill.
He had a little broken mirror that he used for shaving with his pocket knife and started signaling it. And they didn't trust it. They still thought it was a trick. And so they said, swim out. They sent a boat, but they wouldn't come closer than a mile because they still didn't trust that it wasn't a trap. He hadn't had a very good diet for a long time. He never, on his best day, liked to swim. And then to get in the water and swim a mile was something, but it's your life, so you swim. My husband Brad Mulvihill and I went to Guam for the first time 17 years ago. We had a group of Arteros take us through the jungle and hike up to the cave. This summer, everything fell into place. We did climb the cliff with the help of my sons, one above and one below. What I was excited to see was a plaque that I had made with the Artero family to honor my dad and their parents or grandparents. Both times were emotional. The first time, I think 30 people came with us, but they all waited and let me go in, which was really kind, and just let me have some time. So yes, I could stand there and imagine what it might have been like. And just the idea, though, of being largely by yourself for 2 years is something hard to imagine.